There'll be more drama, there is more spunk, there's more sass. It's pretty. We've shot in Punjab, beautiful locations in Italy.
I promise you, if I go and tell the girls I'm going to jump, out of the three of them, we will get at least two. I was confident of that.
Yeah.
And then she said, okay, cool. I said, 100%. I said, Mans, I know I can convince. And then after Shiny will be like, mujhe bhi karna hai. So then all three of us will be it.
I've gone in, come out, my eyelashes have fallen, my hair extensions are falling, and Rongita's shouting, fix it, these
I am that idiot who can't swim also is fully enthuke. Chalo,
Yeah,
chalo,
yeah.
chalo.
No, I
will be
think
the
there is
savior.
something
But
about
thank
Bani.
God
She can
for her.
actually.
Yeah, thank God for her, man.
Hello everyone, and I am so super excited after watching the trailer. So, there are so much things that I want to ask. Firstly, what's up? How excited you guys are?
So excited.
Very,
very
very excited.
excited. We
Can't
love
wait.
the trailers. We saw it also, like the first time we're seeing stuff from the show this season was on the trailer.
We are very excited to watch it actually. We're like, kab aayega, 20th, 21st.
Yeah.
We started off without knowing where it's going.
but this is
Jesus, take the
I
lead.
think there are a lot of things are happening, a lot of chapters are getting closed, and a lot of new things are gonna happen. So, without giving any spoiler, what are the things that you can share with us, with our audience before 21st?
What you just said, a lot of chapters are going to come to a close. That is what season 3 is about. Because
And some new chapters opening.
And some new chapters open. We go to some amazing places. We travel to some amazing places. We meet some very hot, spicy people and cool people. And we have some re-emerging members of the cast that come back to haunt us. Perhaps. We don't know. And so we get to see all of those stories unfold and continue. And hopefully we get some closure in some of those stories as well.
There'll be more drama, there is more spunk, there's more sass. It's pretty. We've shot in Punjab, beautiful locations in Italy, obviously in Bombay, and had a great time. In terms of what the characters are going through, there's a lot of introspection, there's a lot of sort of taking a step back and really looking, showing each other the mirror, figuring how to deal with the people we have become, coming to terms with the people who we are, because as time passes, they're also growing older and wiser, hopefully, and apart from with a few exceptions, but basically, just I feel it's going to be my favorite season so far.
Yeah,
I
also have that feeling.
Yeah.
I want to know this because in 2019 and now this is in between the pandemic happened, and internally we all have because of that experience
Transformed
बहुत
some
कुछ
way,
बदल गया है ना अंदर से भी तो और ऊपर से ये कैरेक्टर का भी एक जर्नी है और तो I want to know how the real life experience of pandemic and everything that changed you people also kind of is it also reflecting in the performance, the artist that you have become because of the pandemic, वो एक हुआ है shift, how that has, if at all,
I
changed.
feel like there was a massive growth spurt for all of us personally. Literally every single person on the planet, I think, went through a massive growth spurt during COVID, and 100% that is going to reflect in your work, especially if you're an actor, or well, it should. If you're an actor, you should be able to bring that, and I think that you'll be able to see it because, like we've discussed today, there's a lot of depth that we've just gone really. We're swimming in the deep end of the ocean really with all of our characters this season, and it's really cool to see it. I think it'll be a little uncomfortable at some points in the places that our characters go to explore those areas within themselves, dealing with grief, anger, loss, coming to terms with that. And I think it's going to be really and very interesting watch for people for sure.
It's very interesting because we all personally went through loss during the 3 waves and lockdown, and we were shooting in the middle, shoot was getting cancelled in the middle, all of that. But after the first lockdown, when we finally met to shoot, I think we all came with a sense of gratitude. Gratitude to be alive, gratitude to have been working, to have work, because so many people in our country across the globe lost their only livelihood, so gratitude in so many aspects that we were just be like, listen, we have something really special and we have each other, we have the show. and everyone came with a renewed energy of
Also,
sorts.
season 2 released in the
During the
pandemic.
pandemic.
Lockdown.
Yeah,
So it was
2020. So yeah, we went through many beats, you know, and I think you can see it in season 3 that there will be a very subliminal growth in terms of not just the characters but what you see, the texture of the season.
Where you guys were shooting in Italy or some, I think it was your idea to jump into that lake or something. Can
No,
you
we were
just
supposed to. The scene was that
tell me
the
the
four
story,
girls.
tell me the story, give me the story.
So the scene was that like we had to jump into the lake. It was the last shot of the day,
last
of the
schedule,
last
yeah.
schedule, yeah. And it was freezing. It had started raining. It was freezing.
And it was the end of the day. It was like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, no, and the previous day we were told that Joyita, our director, she told us that listen, if you guys don't want to jump, we completely get it
Because
because
it was
it's
so cold.
unfair.
By the way, this I'm saying this memo I've never gotten. I think I'm hungry. Momo. This memo.
Somebody please get shiny momos.
with some sass.
Yes.
Tomato sass.
On the side.
Nice one. Yeah, but I never got the memo. Nobody asked me if I want to jump or
Because
not.
Joyita actually asked me the day before the shoot, and we spent a lot of time together on just the day before the last scene or whatever. And I asked her, I was like, okay, so for tomorrow, what are you thinking? Get it out of your system. Get it out of your system.
Just try.
Yeah.
There's a fly on
Sab thak gaye. So she came and I just asked Joyita, our director, I said, what is it that you ideally would want for this shot of yours? She said, I was like, ideally. She goes, I would love it if you guys would jump. And I said, okay. She goes, what? I said, I'll jump. She goes, are you serious? I said, yeah. She goes, but it'll be cold. I said, I'm mentally prepared, I'll jump. She goes, really? I said, yeah, man, YOLO, once in a life, let's do it.
Yeah.
And I said, and I promise you, if I go and tell the girls I'm going to jump, out of the 3 of them, we will get at least 2. I was confident of that. And then she said, okay, cool. I said, 100%. I said, Mans, I know I can convince. And then after Shiny will be like, "Nahi, mujhe bhi karna hai." So then all 3 of us will be it. So the next day
When we
was
were
when this
actually going to
conversation
do
happened.
it, so there's
Now
a
both
scene.
of us, the two of us, we're not very good swimmers.
Hardly can swim, okay.
Bani is a
And
great
she's a
swimmer
superstar
and super,
on that,
yeah,
yeah.
and confident. Like she's like I'll manage.
And she has
like, you know,
saved me in season 1 also in
And
the
me,
pool.
wow. yeah.
Yeah, so she's our savior, and so right before we were going to go into the water, we've just finished one scene, you know that scene?
Yes,
We've done the scene in -3 in our swimsuits, by the way. Everyone's like wearing fur and all, we are like, line bol do. So anyway, the pier is like this, you know, it's like a rectangular thing, and the lake is there, and the 2 cameras rolling, and the idea is the 4 girls will come running, go in, and one by one after the other jump in. So obviously Bani, we know ki Bani, so Bani has come to me, and I remember this, I'll never forget this moment. Maanvi and I are standing, and Bani's like, here, there are 2 lifeguards, okay, in case you're drowning. I said, Bani, मैं अंदर जा रही हूँ तेरी वजह से. You are responsible for my life. I don't care who these lifeguards are. I'm going in, and because obviously when you're in the water, and we both blindly trust her, okay. So we both were like, हाँ बहन हम साथ में ये हमारी तीसरी बहन हमें डूबने नहीं देगी.
Like one of I think Rongita or Joyita were like, what? You can't swim. What? You know, it's not a pool. This is lake. This is a lake. It's going to be super deep. And we're like, yeah. We got hurt.
Where was I when this super deep conversation was happening? Because when I jumped in, I was like, no one told me it was this. I did not get the
Of course, it
momo.
will be deep.
There was
it's
no
a
sauce.
lake. So anyway, so Bani goes in, and we all see. So I was the second.
I also run and
one
jump.
to run.
I
Run.
run
We're all
and
running. Yeah, and she goes in, and she comes up saying, "बहुत ठंड."
I
And
was
she was like,
oh, fuck.
wait. I was trying
by
to say,
the time,
wait. I was trying to say, wait, मैं तो सांस भी नहीं पकड़ पा रही
हाँ,
थी.
she hadn't even caught
my
her
soul
breath
had
back,
left
yeah.
my body, and I was like, come back to me. I need to tell these girls not to
And
jump.
she got up saying, "बहुत ठंड है something," and I jumped in.
पहले ही
Wow,
कूद गया
by
उससे.
the
And I was like,
time she hasn't caught her breath. She's still trying to like figure out.
And then
super cold.
She was in
I
there.
have gone into
And
the
she's
water
drowning.
and I'm drowning. And
डूब
I
रही है.
can't even scream.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay? Firstly, I couldn't scream. Okay, and in my head I'm like, "Bani, mujhe bacha le."
And the camera's rolling, huh, by the way. So we're not supposed to be saying Bani and Shani and Maanvi. We're supposed to be saying Umang.
By
and
survival
Dee and
pehle.
Kirti.
Okay, so I'm doing that. Bani has come to me, and I have become a monkey on her. Okay, all limbs on Bani. Bani is coming. Bani is like, "Ruk ja, ruk ja."
Oh God.
Taking me. So this is the pier. She's gone under the pier and there is logs, okay?
क्योंकि वो थोड़ा height में था ना, so it was
and it
very
was shallow under
so I
the
was
pier.
dropping off
So
there.
she has put me like, अच्छा बच्चे को safety में रख दिया.
Yeah.
Okay,
Maanvi,
now.
third.
What
And
happened
this
to her?
entire
No,
time,
Maanvi,
Maanvi
she
is
has not
screaming,
jumped.
Bani, I'm
No,
jumping,
wait,
Bani, Bani.
Now, because I'd seen this, I knew I shouldn't jump too early, right? Because I saw that
The reaction
mistake.
you were watching.
Yeah, so I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay, now I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait till
Bani's
Bani,
ready.
yeah, like it's completely composed and back into like savior mode. And ये निकल ही नहीं रहे उसके नीचे से, पियर के नीचे से, and I'm like, Bani. Okay, and Bani's like, yeah, I'm here, jump. I'm like, no, I can't, like her fingertip I'm seeing, okay? I'm like, no, I
So
want
this is what Bani is doing, okay? I'm seeing from here. तो ऐसा log है ना, Bani ने अभी दिमाग लगाया कि मैं कितनी बार जाऊँ इनको बचाने में.
Please, अब तक मैंने
तो
सबसे
ऐसा-
ज़्यादा टाइम बताया ना पानी में सर्दी में. I was like, रुको.
तो log है, तो Bani basically put her, like legs and one arm on the log, and she's like, Maanvi aaja.
So I can only see, this, I can see this only, and I'm like, no, I won't.
Bani's like, aajana, and Maanvi ऊपर से like, Bani, आगे.
So now Bani is like,
She
okay,
wants
fine.
to see her.
Yeah,
actually.
so Bani has like left the pillar and come. Meanwhile, ma'am has thought that okay, now that I'm
Ultimate
safe,
hero.
she's
Ultimate
like
Muslim
now
only.
I'm safe. So now I will help Bani help Maanvi. Okay, so I have jumped and she has come to save me and slipped. Okay, and
So
she-
basically, this is Maanvi's jumping. Before that, I was like, हाँ बानी नहीं करेगी, मैं कर देती हूँ, ठीक है? तो बहुत confidence है मुझ में, confidence की कोई कमी नहीं है. तो बाहर आके, I'm like, हाँ मानवी आजा. Maanvi is like, हाँ कौन है तू? I want Bani. So I've come there. Now मैं पीछे, I'm taking steps back, okay? Suddenly,
Out of nowhere.
the shallow becomes deep, okay? And I'm like, Bani! Again I'm drowning,
Bani
okay?
has literally
But
been
this
like, she's got me in one hand and she's like, Abhi, what do I do?
No, and now the cameras are facing us here, okay? And I'm like, अच्छा camera facing and मैं डूब रही हूँ, ठीक है? I'm
And
like,
the
हाँ अभी तो
entire
पानी नहीं
time they're
आएगी.
screaming,
हाँ,
girls, we're still rolling.
No, and
glamorous,
glamorous. I've come out being sexy
While
for the
drowning.
camera.
Okay,
Guys.
then so we were all like, she's like, guys, sexy. So we've also done that. I've gone and come out. My eyelashes have fallen. My hair extensions are falling, and Rongita is shouting, fix it these hair.
You're shots of me going like this, actually fixing
And
your
we are
hair.
like, but what? But what? Like I look in my
Go
lap.
there,
mascara
go
is
there.
running.
And we were like,
It
listen,
was
जो
complete
करना है
chaos.
करवा दो.
Yeah.
हम
We're not
बाहर
jumping
वापस
again,
नहीं आ रहे.
yeah.
But because it was so cold, our skin was numb.
Yeah.
So once we were there, we were just having fun and high on adrenaline.
Yeah.
And but Kirti didn't jump. She was sitting there. She was like, yeah, all of you.
She
die
tried to
on
like,
me.
We tried to get her
poured
wet.
water. Yeah, we tried to get her wet.
I can't
Yeah,
wait
we would
to
throw in water at
actually
her.
watch that scene. Like
We don't know
once
how
it's
much of
kind
it is
of-
there.
Yeah.
So
I know
it
the
might
video.
just be
You
like
guys haven't
few seconds.
It's in the trailer.
But the
that one
amount
shot.
we have laughed after that, and I think the
Gosh.
three of us
Yeah,
really
yeah.
bonded.
on that.
But
Yeah,
after that, Jim came
I
in
told
there.
you, we're going to remember this for the rest of
Yeah.
our lives.
Yeah.
That was
jumping
how
in
she
a lake.
convinced us. She's
Yeah.
like, how? When do you
When are we
think
going
you'll
to
be
do
able to
this?
do this next? Like
Jumping in a lake in Italy.
in a
Come
random
away.
village, lake, like
When is it going to happen?
Yeah.
No, but I mean, I have seen Bani, like, you know, even during the MTV ke audition ke time pe bhi, I'm sorry, I'm going back there, but you know, that time you used to inspire me, like, you know, I'm gonna do it here. Like, you used to give me that vibe. I think you still carry that thing and you inspire so many people to burn
Just
mein
do
kood ke
it,
maro.
Chalo, don't worry. I'll be there even if I'm also drowning.
But I am that idiot who can't swim also is fully enthu ki chalo,
Yeah,
chalo, chalo.
yeah.
No, I
will be
think
the
there
savior.
is something
But
about
thank
Bani.
God
She can
for her.
actually.
Yeah, thank God for her, man.
Every season there is a new director, right? So is it also one of the way you guys think, because this is like, these characters are constant, you think kind of bringing a new perspective, or how you guys are looking at it also, like, you know, interacting with new director for every season, and they are bringing like their interpretation is
Yeah.
probably
their own understanding of it. Yeah.
so how was that experience? Like, if I ask you from season 1 to season 2, season 2 to
I think it's quite cool, because one, the writers are the same, the showrunners, you know, Rongita and Ishita, they are the same, the actors are the same. I mean, the four of us at least. And to have a new director come in every season, I think it brings it's not possible for one person to direct season after season, because it's exhausting, and it's not just 4 months, it's just almost a year that they're giving, right? And pre-prod and shoot and post after that, because edit takes a lot of time, and obviously sound and everything. So I remember speaking to Nupur, and she was exhausted after the second season, you know, and same with, and you want some you want to come out of that and do something else. And for a new director to come in, I think they come with a new energy, new sensibility, new understanding of filmmaking, shot taking, performances, how to speak to actors, or how to frame people, things like that. So this time we had, even our DOP was new, Sanket. In fact, the first time we had a man shooting us. And it was fabulous. Both Joita and Sanket, and first time they both were doing a long format. They come from advertising, but I think they brought in their A game, and it looks spectacular, and what they have done with the existing show.
Before I let you go, like, I want to know this, that from 2019 to 2022, a lot of things has happened, and the conversation also has changed about the on-screen representation of women in our cinema and web space also, right? Whether it is the sexuality and the way women characters are written and everything. This show has also evolved with time. How do you, all of you, look at this whole change, and how do you interpret it, the change from 2019 to now?
It's a very bhari, loaded question. I think the simplest way to just answer your question would be like, I think it's changed a lot for the better. Maybe not enough change has come about, because this is, after all, a third world country, and I do feel like change, especially for women and women empowerment, is usually pretty slow. Also because there's such deep-rooted issues and stigmas that you have to deal with. But I do believe that women are becoming way more independent and outspoken, and have the courage to speak up when these kind of issues do take place. And I do think that a show like ours is doing a lot of good in that whole arena of showing you 4 independent women who are dealing with these kind of issues. I'll give you one example, is Anjana in her workspace, where she has to deal with the gang of boys and stuff like that. That's pretty prominent. Like, I know a lot of people deal with that in their workspaces, not necessarily being lawyers, but even just at work, whether they're in a production house, whether they're just sitting in a what's it called, call center, whatever it may be.
Anywhere.
There's all of this that you face, so much of it, so much harassment, so much of so
Othering.
so I feel as though all of that, and
Passive
mansplaining and stuff like that. So I just feel like having a show like ours, being able to address these kind of issues, is really important. And I think it's great that the writers take that and the makers take that up as their owners to do that. I think it's awesome.
We were also one of the first shows or originals to have done it in India.
To address the
and
issues,
to address it, and to represent women like women. Women like you, me, us, women we know, women we love. And I think the only deciding factor is women writing their own stuff, characters that are like them. And that's why, I mean, it's not rocket science, right? But if you see the women characters that have been written by men, they are sort of unidimensional, sort of written in broad strokes, the nuances are missing. So here's to telling more women's stories, and all kinds of stories, of women from different backgrounds and age groups, and different parts of the country.